Hey, Riddle here. I have to show you my latest epic battle against the gophers and possibly rabbits. Now, I haven't seen the rabbits, but the behavior seems like rabbits, but that doesn't mean it is. So, on our property, we have thousands of gophers. I don't know if you've ever dealt with gophers, but it's really a really difficult pest. They're really hard to kill. I have numerous traps. They don't allow poison here anymore, so that's out. And it's just a constant battle. So mainly whenever you plant a fruit tree or any plant into the ground, you have to build gopher baskets out of chicken wire or something even smaller and stronger, which not only gets really expensive, but it also is time consuming. Imagine, like me, I could plant, no exaggeration, 50 tomato plants and have to make an individual basket for each plant to plant into the ground to put the plant into. So this year, of course, I did all the gopher baskets, and the gophers displayed for the first time in 3 years a new behavior where they just kind of just went on top of the basket and would just chew off the plant at ground level and allow months of beautiful vining tomato to just die. And they were just going along, and they weren't even eating them. They were just destroying them. So I didn't know what to do. And I know people have laughed at my tinfoil trick before. I told people you can wrap the stems of your fruit trees to keep squirrels and rats and things from climbing up and taking your fruit. And people are like, oh, that's dumb, I don't know. Well, you know, they have for years, they've used steel wool and they put it into different holes of things because it keeps the rats and mice from coming through, because I don't know if they don't like the smell or the texture, but it's been this effective use of steel wool for decades or longer. And so I think that's what the tinfoil does also. It's a smell, and it's this textile thing that they hate. They hate the feeling of it, and they hate the scent of it. So out of desperation, I came out a day or so ago and I just wrapped the stems of all my tomatoes and all my vegetables with tinfoil. And it's been 3 or 4 days now, and guess what? Nothing's been eaten yet. No more destruction, no more biting off of the stem. See this dead tomato stem here? That's where it was bit off at the base, and that's what was left of it. And that's what they were doing all the way along here. They had probably destroyed 30 to 40% of my tomatoes. So if you're having this problem, now the one thing that I am concerned with, but I tried to put some leaves and stuff around here, because you have to think of, when you're problem solving and getting creative and using, using creative intelligence to solve a problem, what could be the the possible negative effects of having tinfoil on the stems of these plants? I'm going to give you a couple minutes to think about that. Well, give you a couple seconds to think about that while we look at the garden. What could go wrong by wrapping the bottoms of the tomatoes with tinfoil? Okay, so if you guessed possibly that the sun could, when the sun hits the tinfoil, it could do the same thing that it does in the oven and superheat it and fry the stems of our tomatoes. In extreme heat, that could be a possibility, and that's definitely something you have to think of. So you can see I went along here and I put some leaves or a little dirt and try to cover up my tinfoil to prevent that from happening. Where it's not as shaded, I definitely went through and took that preventative measure. But try it. If you're having trouble with rabbits coming by, chewing up biting off the bottoms of your plants, your vegetables, your flowers, or gophers, it's worth the time and energy. It's not the prettiest thing, but you know, it's the constant battle. It's the oldest story of man versus nature. Okay, if you like my quick money-saving tips, garden wisdoms, rants, raves, art, and occasional magic, please like, share, subscribe, because that's what people do. Bye.